What would Dr. King say to the children of today's world? There is a lot of things going on in this world. Most of it makes us children of today's world grow up faster than most of our parents would like, faster than we'd like. When I watch the news with my grandmother or a social media post on her phone, and I say to myself, that's way too much information. I can't count how many times my mom has sprinted through the house like it's on fire to cover my eyes or grab the remote before I could see something I shouldn't see. Then I look at her and say, too late. So she spends the next hour or so explaining what I saw and checking for understanding. Now that I think of it, she's had to do a lot of that for the past 2 years. Dr. King once said, love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. He also said, and I thought this was funny, we may have all come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. I believe his words are just as needed now as they were then. Therefore, I believe if Dr. King were to speak to the children of today's world, he would repeat himself because we were there to hear him the first time he said it. And most of the adults in our lives weren't there to hear it either. Or, in the words of my coach, it bears repeating. Honestly, were it not for the Foley Sowell Law Firm, we would not be here discussing him now. What would Dr. King say to the children of today's world? Fortunately, Dr. King would see that social media, mass media, and cinema are so consumed with the bad actions of the few that the positive actions of the many are glossed over and forgotten. The police officer that takes a life and a teacher that has inappropriate relations with students gets mass media attention by the police officer that saved the life and a teacher that uses their own personal money to educate many for low pay must depend on likes and shares. I believe Dr. King would say at least 2 things to the children of today's world. 1, get involved. Dr. King would admonish us to conduct our struggle on the high plane of discipline and not to let our creative protests degenerate into physical violence. He implored us to be careful not to assign a negative behavior to a culture. He would remind us of the influence we have over our parents, grands, uncles, aunts, and nannies in our lives. Look at all the stuff we get them to buy for us. What would happen if we were just as persistent about getting them to vote and get involved in civic programs like feeding, housing, clothing, and educating the less fortunate? Matter of fact, make it a school project. They will appreciate our civic awareness and want to help us get a good grade. Finally, he would applaud us for living some of the expectations of his I Have a Dream speech. He would say, you may be young, but now it's a time in your life when your hopes must overshadow your hurts. Your hopes must be the catalyst to help you over your hurdles. Your hopes must help you tunnel through the mountain of hindrances life will put in your way. Your legacy, your legacy, your legacy, and Chrisette's legacy must start today. Thank you.